Hello and welcome to Livestream. I'm Gargi Rawat. Today we're talking about organ donation. Do you know that every year about 5 lakh people die awaiting organ transplants in India? The current organ donation rate in India is 0.8 donors per 10 lakh people, which is one of the lowest in the world. These are shocking statistics, and many people don't even realize by pledging to donate your organs, you can actually give someone a second life. So what can be done to better India's record? Do call in with your opinions and any questions you may have on this issue. And to take your questions, we have in studio with us Dr. Sandeep Devan, Director, Head of Department of Fortis Memorial Research Institute, Sunaina Arora Singh, CEO of Organ India, and Karun Nanda, a heart recipient who's here to share our story. Thank you so much for being here, Karun. But first, Dr. Devan, I'd like to ask you about organ donation and why does India have such a poor record of organ donation? Is it to do with our medical infrastructure, or is it to do with mindsets?
No, I think it's more to do with the awareness and the mindsets. There is no dearth of medical infrastructure now. You have capable hospitals, doctors to deal with all kind of medical situations. Unfortunately, the level of awareness is less, and thanks to now a lot of people getting engaged, NGOs, media getting engaged in increasing the awareness, so things will improve. But I think the main reason is the mindset of the people and the lack of awareness about it.
All right, yes, NDTV did a major effort yesterday to create awareness and asking people to pledge their organs. But Sunaina, so do you think these kind of efforts are making more of a difference? Do we need more people, celebrities, more famous people to perhaps speak out more about this?
So you need to do several things. In awareness itself, there are several things. One is, which we've started doing, is now going to schools and just telling children about organ donation and transplantation, not telling them to pledge their organs or anything, but just telling them, giving them information about what their choices are going to be later in life, and giving them information about organ donation. Celebrities pledging, I feel, is very important, because one celebrity tweeting out something or saying something
yes,
is going
I think when Aishwarya Rai Bachchan had pledged her eyes, that had really created a lot of awareness.
Well. So now you have Sandeep Singh who's doing it. Plus, there have been many celebrities who've pledged their organs, and they've spoken about it to us, and we've sort of put it on social media and made it really big, and people listen to it, they respect them. I feel if sports people do it, that they have a lot of respect, so that's a great thing.
All right, well, we have a caller online, Amit Bhargav, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Gargi. I mean, there are two ways about it. Organs should be donated. But I saw Amit's show, and I went on to Noto. I did a bit of Googling, and that's the National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization's website. One, it has to be more user-friendly. I mean, people who are wanting to donate organs should be easily able to figure out how to do it. Okay. Two, what is more important is, I think people will be more at ease, and will feel relatives will be more comfortable donating organs of the dad if there is transparency in the system. If people know what happens to the organs that are donated by them. So I think it's very important that there is a central database, not that 50, 60, 70 NGOs start taking pledges, or private hospitals.
All right, well, I get your question. Let me put this across to Dr. Devan. I don't know, can there be transparency on that to know where your organs are going? Because you can't have interference. Once you've pledged to donate your organs, you can't have relatives then saying that, but we don't want it to go to so-and-so or so-and-so, right? Is that one of the reasons?
If the caller has gone to the Noto website, there's a FAQ questionnaire on the website, and some of the people have asked those questions very frequently, that can I meet the recipients and know who is going to get the organs. At that point of time, when you are donating your organs, it's not allowed, okay, to actually know where the organ.
Explain to us. I can understand, but explain to people.
It's not allowed to know who is getting the organ, because otherwise the process is very, very transparent. So it's as he was saying, it's not the NGOs who are taking the pledges. They are just helping the government in setting up a system.
Because it is a centralized system.
It's a centralized nodal agency, as he has already said, Noto. Then there's a regional agency, then there's a state agency. So anybody who needs an organ, he has his name listed on in that list, and the list goes priority wise. If you are listed number 1, then you will be given a priority. So as soon as, so even the, I would say even the doctor would not know even till the last moment whether their patient is going to get the organ or not, because it's all very, very centralized now.
All right, Amit, and I think it would be just too complicated if you're, you're watching this show. It'll be too complicated to provide that information and have too much interference. But Karan, you share your story with us as somebody who's received an organ. Did you have to wait very long? What was the entire process like?
So my story, I'd like to start from pre-transplantation. My situation was so bad. I was a sportsman when I had the cardiac failure, and by the time they diagnosed me with congestive heart failure, I wasn't able to get up from the bed and go to the washroom without having breathlessness. I was not able to take a shower and wipe myself without having to sit down and catch my breath. I was so bad. Before the transplant actually happened, I was actually on a drip 24/7 and walking around, barely able to walk, forget about climbing stairs. That was I actually questioned my wife that, I don't want to live like a vegetable. This is like, I don't want to live this life. Post-transplant.
And how long did it take to get a
donor?
So
I was very, very lucky. I got a transplant. Well, actually, from diagnosis to transplantation, it was about 4 months. So
4 months?
4 months. I was extremely lucky. But when we went to Chennai, where we got the transplant done, they said, just pack your bags and come here indefinitely. We don't know when you're going to get a donor, which is going to match you. So it was, we were actually not expecting to get one before 6 months. We were lucky to have get a transplant within the 1 month that we went to Chennai. So we were extremely lucky there.
All right. Well, 4 months doesn't sound like a very long period, but we hear about lakhs of people waiting for donors every year and not getting. Sunaina, if you could tell us about that.
We run helplines as well, and we get a lot of people calling daily that, I need a kidney, my child is sick, I need a liver, and they are I don't know what to tell them sometimes, because we tell them what the procedure is. They don't know what the law is. They don't know what the whole, how do you get onto a waiting list? What can you do? What should you do? So we help them in all of that. But at the end of the day, we can't, find an organ for them, which is what they're hoping when they call us. They hope that, आपके पास kidney मिल जाएगी, या वहाँ से liver मिल जाएगा, and they don't understand. They don't even know the law that it's not legal to go and just ask for a kidney from anybody. So I just feel that people need to know what their choices are. They need to know what the law is, first of all, what the whole process is, and very few people know that.
How easy is it to realize this, Dr. Devan? In our big cities, of course, there must be the big hospitals providing that sort of information, but it must be difficult in smaller towns.
Actually, it's difficult in large towns also. It's not easy to convince the family for a donation, because of as I told you, there's a lot of lack of awareness. So once you're not aware and suddenly some of your relative is actually on the deathbed and the doctor starts to talk to you about brain death and donation, it comes to you as a
because you're already dealing with whatever the tragedy or the trauma.
Yes, and you have never heard about it. Okay, you have never thought about it. You have never been aware about it. So if somebody comes to you and straight away starts to talk about it, it comes as a big surprise. So that's one of the main reason why we are not able to get a lot of yes for a
which is why it's so important to have the drives like we did on Sunday with NDTV at various malls, when we're speaking to people, and when people should sign up and you have a card. How does it work? You have a card or you've signed up, so it's known that you're somebody who has pledged.
Yes, so if you already had a card, you carry it with you. And you've also told your family members, okay, in case you don't have a family, you have told to the closest person that, look, I am an organ donor, and in case of this kind of a situation where I may be becoming a eligible candidate for donation, I would like to donate my organs. So that card you carry with you, and then it can be done. So it doesn't mean that you already have to fit a criteria. It doesn't mean that in any case your organs will be taken. It's just that you have signed up that in case I fit into a medical grievance or a medical disease where I fit into that criteria, then I volunteer my organs.
Which is why, again, I'm saying it's so important to have these awareness drives and have people actually sign up. We have another caller from Kolkata. Sumi, go ahead.
I want to know, I'm 72 years old. I do strongly believe in this campaign that you are running. Now, I want to know if for people at my age, is it something which, I mean, will my organs be accepted? I mean, I'm
All right,
generally
well,
healthy.
I'll ask Dr. Devan that. Is there an
Well,
age bar? How does it
See,
work?
most of the medical literature is from 18 to 65, but there's no. If I was reading the literature about it, there's no age bar as long as you are maintaining a healthy lifestyle. But for the heart and lung, there's an age limit of about 50 years. So you can't do a donation for heart transplant and lung transplant post 50 years. For liver, it's a little bit, and kidney, it's a little bit loose. You can go to 65 also.
And kidney and liver can also be a living donor as well. If you could tell us a bit about that.
See, how the living donor works is that in that case you have a near relative, okay, a close relative, which can either be a, as per 1994 Act, it had to be a wife or a brother or parents, and then the government loosened it to include grandparents and grandchildren. Okay, so that's this
Those
is the
are the
only
only
person
living donors.
who can donate organs, only kidney and a part of liver and some part of pancreas. So these are the 3 organs that can be donated when you are alive. So, which is the most common form of kidney liver transplant in India right now.